A very important Women's March Ottawa is taking place March 7th, and the theme this year is March for Our Human Rights. Let's find out more right now as we say hello to Lyse-Pascale Inamuco joining us, the co-vice chair, political liaison, translation lead, Women's March Ottawa. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Glad
having
to have
us.
you here. And Raylene Lang-Dion as well is with us, co-chair of the Women's March Ottawa. Hello, Raylene.
Hello.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Raylene, let's talk about the history of this event. So when did it start taking place in Ottawa?
Sure. This is our fourth year of the Ottawa Women's March, and it started a few years ago, essentially down in the United States, and people took to the streets to protest a whole variety of different issues because of the new president who was elected at the time.
Okay, so Lyse, then it's the year 2020, obviously. So why is this march so important to be taking place?
Women's March Ottawa is about advancing women's human rights. And we have to ask ourselves this question in 2020. Why do we need to still do this? Because we must. Our rights and the progress we made cannot be taken for granted. And we see that when we turn right and left, our rights are being threatened and are violated. And we talk here about sexual consent, abortion rights, sexual health and reproductive rights, including seniors, family planning, access to healthcare services, and information. And so this is why it's important for us to march, to raise awareness, and to call for action to advance our human rights.
Good. And Raylene, I mentioned there's a theme this year.
Yes.
So why this theme on this particular year?
Sure. The theme is determined by Women's March Global, so it's bodily autonomy, and it has to do with all those things that Lyse was mentioning. So we're really excited to be talking about these issues here in Ottawa and raising awareness, just as you were saying.
Okay. So Lyse-Pascale, let's talk about how it unfolds, because there's a City Hall element, there's Parliament Hill, where does it start? Where does it end? Just to make sure it's clear for everybody tuned in right now.
Okay, it's going to be exciting because we will start on Parliament Hill, 11 a.m. And there will be a great drummers, 80 drummers, I think, now that we secured. It will be spectacular, and the first time we'll ever have this in a march here in Ottawa, leading the march. And we'll have very short speeches, very, very short, so that we can have then the march to City Hall in front of the steps. And then we will have 1 or 2 speeches, and then we'll have 4 workshops. And it will have to do with economic empowerment, it will have to do with mental health, politics, and leadership, and mental health, and violence based on gender, and other topics. And so it's very important for women to come there, because there will be a lot of organizations that will come to give information about their services they offer here in Ottawa. So it's a good place to go there and mingle and network and talk about what kind of actions are needed to be able to move forward.
Okay, and Raylene, why is it so important for this to be taking place on March 7th?
Well, March 7th is the day before International Women's Day, so there's lots of activities going on around town. But it's really a day, I think, for us all to claim our space as we march through downtown Ottawa. Family friendly, everybody's welcome. So it's very important.
Okay.
It's very important.
Can I ask about weather? Because
of course.
You had this in January last year and it was a bit chilly, so you switched the day for the Ottawa March to March. But if it's bad weather, what takes place?
You know what? If it's bad weather, we still dodge on. We persevere, and we just keep walking through and carrying our posters and really raising awareness. That's
good. That's good. I'd like to get that out there, too, because sometimes if there's a snowflake, people wonder if things are canceled. So it's going to happen no matter what, right?
It will.
Lyse-Pascale, can I ask you, if people can't make the march, what's the best way for people to help out with the cause, everything that's going on here?
So there are numerous ways you can help. The first is to donate, of course, because we cannot achieve a lot without donation, because we still need to rent the rooms, we need to rent a bus, accessible bus. We need to highlight this, because for the first time, I think it's very, very important.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Have a great time with the march.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.